Hello everyone, Darkchoker here and welcome back to yet another episode of EU4. Promised, we are going to fight the Inca now. And as we actually get the Casus Belli, there you go. They don't know who we are, but I know who they are. We have almost 60k troops over here. Should be more than enough to deal with them. Let me check at the possible subject revolts. So there are Korean noble rebels. I don't care about them. Well, I do care about them because I want Korea to keep my dynasty. I will have to deal with those. Yemen is at 50 liberty desire. What I need to do is pay off their debt. On Korea, I need to keep on placating rulers, but our relationship is looking way better now. Especially, see the modifier from liberating provinces is high, defending provinces, and also the same dynasty is a plus 15, so that's why I want to keep it. Let's see. It's going to spawn a 14k. We have 15k troops here, so we can deal with those. Well, we have Cochin and Korean troops to help me. We have Portuguese Mexican separatists, 12k stack, and Hakshi separatists. Hakshi separatists probably on Yemen, or is that my own revolt? It's my own revolt. Probably of a province that I didn't increase autonomy of. Well, this one. I could always give it to Yemen. Yeah, I could give them a province with all of the institutions in it, and they could embrace them. Well, I cannot do that at war, can I? That will come later. So the first thing, I'm going to send these troops over here. I'm going to hire an explorer and see how much can we discover. We can now discover the Baltic Sea. We get a hunting accident. Sorrow overtakes you, or well, ain't that a thing? Okay, there are the Korean noble rebels. They don't have a leader, so I'm just going to fight them over there in the steppes. That should give them even higher opinion of us because we defended their provinces. We don't want the plutocratic coup to happen, so apparently it's going to happen in 1609, in just 4 years. And the merchant guilds is going to lose influence in 1607. Okay, so we know we don't need to worry about that. That is one of the best features they introduced in the previous patch, to be honest. I mean, the Ming mechanic, the Japanese mechanic is all fine, but that is huge. You don't have to be going back and forth checking for the Treaty of Tordesillas. They get Colonial Louisiana. Well, I don't care about that. Well, I might do if I become Catholic. So the Treaty of Tordesillas only screws you over if you colonize while you're Catholic. If you already have a colonial nation and you just convert to Catholicism, it's not going to affect you. In the age of absolutism, wants us to become the Emperor of China, so we definitely want to do that. Potential for a large army, multiple universities, 3 trade companies. We have none. and we are unlikely to get any, to be honest, because we are not colonizing Africa. Well, I could get my way through there by something like this, sneaking our way through India. We shall see. There's still much game to be played. Now, if I want to attempt a world conquest, I definitely need to be a little bit hastier what I'm doing. But once we become the Emperor of China, we should be in a very, very good position to start taking even more land. We should be really powerful. You get a lot of bonuses from being the Emperor of China. You get all of this, which Ming already has. They are getting... what is this? It says the native chiefs in remote professionals are known as the Tutsi. By slowly replacing them with the regular officers appointed by the central government, maintaining tranquility in a regional level will become easier. So this sounds like it reduces unrest. This gives them 1 diplomat and trade efficiency. This gives them monthly autonomy change, minus 10% core creation costs, and monarch admin power. They also get all of this, which they have not been making use of, but basically you can get all of these benefits. Tax modifier, development cost, and even more core creation cost reduction, ship durability, port defense, infantry compatibility, and provincial trade power. So what I need to do is take tributaries. I think they need a minimum of tributaries, and if for every powerful nation that borders them that is not their tributary, they get a penalty. So in order to do that, I need to get a direct border with them, either by seizing a province with from Korea, or by taking this province from Buryatia. Of course, we can also take these ones from Min, and it will be the same effect. We'll border them and not be their tributaries. But for that to work, I need aggressive expansion opinion with these folks to go down for at least 50. Now I don't know how long that's going to take. It might take like 100 years to happen. That's why I'm currently expanding in this direction. Now, if I see that it's not going to go down soon enough, what I'll do is declare wars here, get truces, or just threaten war, just for the sake of getting truces, and then I will stop being a tributary. Then Ming will certainly try to declare war on us, but let's see. They have yeah, a whole lot of troops. Might be dangerous, but maybe we can do it with defensive ideas. If we defend over here in these 2 provinces, we can fight them over here in the mountains, and even here. So these 3 forts are key to our strategy. Let's get one last ability, not that we have a need of, because most of these are awful in my opinion. As well, all of them focus on the Reformation, which only affects Europe. So, as an Eastern nation, you don't really care. I need to go there because that's my return province, sadly. 17 power projection. As soon as we split from Ming, we are going to become rank 2 great power, which should give me like 20 power projection. That's too bad. Our truce with Korea ended and they still have super high liberty desire. Well, not super high. There you go. Now that gives me a reason to stay within our current feudal monarchy. I could switch to despotic or even administrative monarchy. I think this would give me more money than our current government type. Dainichi. With the arrival of Europeans, we have come into contact with a new culture, new religion. In some ways it seems similar to ours, but in others it is completely alien to us. A group of men has arrived in Kyoto trying to preach the gospel of a Kirishitan God. Their message appears to be very odd, however, likely due to incompetent or ill translators. In their eagerness to secure the patronage of Yoshinobu I, the missionaries have appeared bearing no gifts and spouting nonsense. This is a grave disrespect to our shogun, yet some would caution that these blunders mean that they are in a desperate need of our help. Preposterous, they have no place here. We move to the isolationist of the event. So I mean, there is a mission to become isolationists, and if you go for closed doors you get reduced war exhaustion, and reduce stability cost modifier minus 15%. But I believe open doors and even I believe the open doors bonus is way better. Tech cost and institution embracement cost. Well, even the selective integration is better than the isolationist, because you get idea cost reduction. But then again, well, if we want to be optimal, I'm just going to I'm going to try to move towards the selective integration level. Well, adaptive is way better for us in the current situation. We get trade efficiency and reduced tolerance of the true faith. We get increased legitimacy and more tolerance of the true faith, or we just get nothing. Let's get this, just because tolerance of the true faith means less unrest. Okay, if Inca is willing to give me Lima, then I can piece them out. If not, then I will continue to fight. They'll take all of the coast, as well as any gold provinces that we might find along the way. Which, this one's not that one, that's grain. I don't need this one, I could take this other gold province. That's not gold either. Although we move towards gold. Or I could do it like this and take money. Yeah, that means we need to take 100% war score then. Well, I don't believe we have sieged their capital. We get pretender rebels in Yeden. I think they're going to deal with those just fine, aren't they? No, they aren't. 5% for that next production efficiency. That's fine. Their capital is Cusco. Let's move into that siege right away. How careless. Well. In order to curtail them, I will need to wait until 16. I think 1610 should be fine. Oh, awesome! Base tax. I hate this event. And it gives the merchant guilds influence, or the other option is just losing a bunch of army and navy tradition, as well as a bunch of military power, but I'm desperate not to give the merchant guilds more influence, so I'll have to take that outcome. What can be done? I could try something cheesy like becoming the Emperor of China and then switching to the Kirishitan religion and a bunch of loans. We apparently have separatists over here. So yeah, I could take all of that, become Catholic or Coptic or whatever, and then trying to become the Emperor of the HRE as well. But I don't know if we are conquering fast enough to do all of that. The position we would like to be in is before 1710. I would have to be the strongest military power by far. If I can fulfill that criteria, then I might be able to conquer a lot. Especially since we are also colonizing. We always attack, don't defend. Malaccan insult. Get a general. Oh, they lost a bunch of influence. Thank you, merchant guilds. $31 until the age of absolutism, and we almost converted all of their provinces. So yeah, with the Japanese events, if we're converting Sunni this way, that means that we don't have a need for religious ideas with Japan. Wow, this is a new thing. Never seen the Caribbean colonized, especially Havana colonized by Norway before Portugal. That's kind of odd, because Portugal always gets Barahonas and then goes for Havana, because both are important harbors in the super rich Caribbean node. But well, it's fun to see a change. Yeah, there you go, we'll get 10% admin efficiency next, so I want to get a lady regency, and that woman is likely to die soon. On top of that, we are going to get a regular regency, which sucks. We won't be able to declare any wars, nor threaten war. I want to end this one. And as soon... oh, I didn't have this, so we're getting overextension. I want to claim a 4-ish province. 17 development. They should give us that one. Going to stop building the spy network. Try to threaten war. Okay, the other thing is I'm going to let's see. That's all I need to core a bunch of stuff. Spend a little bit of money on rooting out corruption. Was it that my force limit is so low? Just 79, you have 94 troops. I'll need to get rid of some. But fine. Still a little bit high, but in tribute, reduce advisor cost. Let's get yet another advisor. By network construction would be fine for what we're trying to do. I'm going to threaten war. We'll accept. Get even more overextension, of course. The Oracle of Pachamanak. In the recent conquered lands near the coast of Lima, we have come across a huge temple complex where one of the Andean oracles resides. The idol itself is not much to look at, a simple wooden figure rather than the usual golden gods we have come across elsewhere, but the shrine seems to be of great significance to the people here. We get some ducats and it removes the oracle. By all means. Also, Tidore seems to be colonizing already, aren't they? I think they're much bigger than they used to be. Yeah, they are definitely colonizing. Yeah, because they actually get that from their ideas, so I might vassalize them. Okay, can I maybe have my subjects help me fight those rebels? Perhaps? Seems like they won't. Well, these separatists might get into Buratian lands. Increase this a little bit. We're getting a whole lot of corruption. You're spending too much money trying to... So we have a bunch of unrest to increase. I'm going to switch to speed 5. Legitimacy question. 15 legitimacy? Wow. And we now have Korea rebellious again. Further debt. Portuguese Colombia cancels military access. We are getting some rebels. Which rebels are they? Malaccan rebels. And a big stack for that matter. All because of our extension. I need... what can I do? Okay, so I now have a rival. Awesome. That is actually good news. Okay, I need to get rid of these rebels. Oh, it's because of my stability as well. A lot of factors. Thing is that we now have Malacan rebels, and if I don't act quickly, they are going to enforce their demands. Keep on colonizing for Alaska. Apparently we have another, so Yeren is kind of not super happy with us. We are making them transfer trade power to us. Missions in Kyoto. A group of Kirishitan has arrived at the court of Kyoto today asking that they be allowed to create a small community of faithful in our great city. They would then see to the poor and teach those who would listen about their God. The missionaries also offered to tutor your own Yashikori in the ways of God, as well as the discipline of Christian Science. The Buddhist clergy, as well as some of our Kokujin, are cautioning us. They feel this is an affront to our Asian traditions, while the traders in our realm hope to secure valuable trade deals with the Westerners if we let them stay. So we could get reduced local development costs, chance of Yoshinori. So Yoshinori is our current ruler, or the heir. With the heir, might gain 1 Diplo or 1 admin, or give us 50 military power because we already have the maximum military skill. We can gain 1 stability, plus 10 morale of armies for 10 years. And tolerance of the true faith. I think the 33% chance of gaining an admin point is more than worth it. The local unrest. Okay, he gained Diplo points, and it's still pretty good. Okay, so long until we can curtail the merchant guilds. We need to have stability of at least 1 and fewer rebel armies than 1. Portugal is hostile toward us. Okay, we get the SIAC. Also want to claim some of their lands. I know where. Let's claim this one. It's going to be cheaper to core. Anyway, I'm going to deal with those rebellions and everything in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.